They did not have the faith, the spirit to stay connected to divine intelligence. They were not using that whatever you're sending out is coming back to you. Imagine this whole spiritual lesson going on. So you're probably, everything you're sending out is coming back to you 1,000 times. And you're sending out nothing but fear and anger and doubt and not trusting divine intelligence, not trusting God. And so what are you beating yourself up with? But your own fears and your own self-hates. Everything around us is a mirror. We are always constantly creating our own worlds. So what were they creating? They were creating a lot of lack. They were creating a lot of anger. They decided they had this opportunity to create this new world, go into a new world, and yet they refused to let go of the old. They had to go around killing everybody and stealing everything they had and never leave an enemy behind. They had to have new puppies. Poor Jahara. So they have all this negativity which they're sending out, and it's coming back to them 100 times fold, 1,000 times fold. They're supposed to be a team. They're supposed to be walking into this new world. And what are they doing? They are holding on to the old ways. They're not going into a new world. They refuse to let it go. That's the killing. That's the slavery. That's the stealing. That's the conquering everybody. And just perpetuating the way the old world always was. So they are giving these 10 commandments that says, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, all of these precepts to form culture and a good civilization, a God-like civilization, and they refused to abide by it. So every time they're sending out all this negativity and it's coming back to them, you're adding another year, adding another year, adding another year. They're wandering all over the place, doing the exact same things that they were trying to leave. But they brought those things with them. So all the children that were born on this journey within this 40 years, most of those children were allowed to cross through the water, Jordan River, and allowed to go into the new world. When you cross through the water, you're giving new life, new birth, cleansing, letting go of the old, being reborn, and going into the new world. This experiment was a total failure because these people refused to let go of the old ways. So Moses, his family, Aaron, nobody who left Israel was allowed to go into the new world. That is not really God deciding that you're not allowed to go into the new world. If you're not letting go of the old world, you can't go into the new world. If you cannot let go of your own self-hate, you cannot get the love and the bliss and the joy. If you cannot let go of all the fear and all the lack, you cannot get the abundance. So here's all this manna coming down from heaven, and everybody's going lack, 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 cutting themselves off from the flow and the manna. They refuse to let go of the old ways. This is why it's so important, I'm sorry, right now to live in these times of ethics. Because we're holding on to the old ways. Are those old ways working? So it's not only these people that are stealing hundreds of billions of dollars from us, it's what you're stealing from yourself. The joy, the abundance, the laughter, the love. And as I'm seeing people going into 2012, they really want to stay attached to all the drama of the old world. Can you imagine living in peace and harmony and bliss? How many people would opt for drama, pain, and suffering? How many people can just stand and be happy and have everything go right? That's leaving the old world and allowing manna and perfection and love and bliss and joy in. And as I'm working on all these 2012, I wrote a movie on 2012. And it's interesting that the whole concept of planetary and human evolution, and that we are evolving into Homo luminous and leaving the old world and the old body and the old framework, the old box. The people don't want to really hear about that. They want to hear about all the chaos, the drama, the death, the dying, the fear. And yet, everything that we send out is coming back to us. Are we sure that we really want to send out all the fear, the death, the chaos, the world exploding? Or do we want to send out everything's going to be okay? Everything is just as it should be, and there is a divine plan for us. So as we take off on this 40-day journey, are we going to make it 40 years, 400 years? Or are we going to make it 4 days? Are we going to make it 4 hours? That's choice is up to us. We are coming into that co-creation period. And we cannot do that eloquently and beautifully if we are co-creating disasters and pain and suffering and lack. Are you going to be bored if everything is happy? Are you going to, do you even want to be happy? Or do you just want to suffer? The choice is really ours. It's really ours. We want this to be a 40-day journey or a 40-year journey or 400-year journey. That choice is ours. We stand in love. We are the children of God. No matter what race, religion, culture, color, we are the children of God. So are we going to leave that old paradigm and claim what we are and pass through that water and walk into a new world? Or are we just going to freak the living daylights out of us? How much stuff could we sell if it was happy stuff? What would happen to our industries if we had industries of life instead of industries of death? Could we make money healing things and creating things and blessing things? Or is the only way we can make money is by destroying everything, including ourselves, or letting people destroy us? Because we have freedom of choice.